you work with interesting people, you work with great directors, and that's the glory you get. You know, just to have been part of a production that, you know, interesting, but hardly people see what's behind that. You know, it's like a 30-second spot. They can't imagine the work that you actually put in there, or maybe the technique or the idea. Or so I wouldn't say. I have a lot of directors that I really like to work with because it feels creative, even though maybe it's a commercial for a McDonald's burger. But it's creative because you get to certain steps and you know, you find solution. I mean, it's always a challenge. Now, storyboarding is important to say. It's not just a series of frames or as they say, the illustrated script. It's more or less a budget. So from a storyboard, the production can see the problems that could arise, and maybe they can just the director can work visually, you know, to create his vision. I mean, the director step by step see from the script what's going to happen later before shooting. So it's also a tool for the production to estimate all the cost and how you distribute the work in the few days you have, you know, at disposal. And it's also sometimes when you work with a storyboard, you have the limitation prior the work. For instance, the production company will tell you, we have limited budget, we don't have possibility to use crane, and you have a story to develop. Then you will sit with the director and maybe you come up with solution in order to avoid those big shots and try to make it in a, you know, in a limited budget that there is. So it's very, can I say, creative, but at the same time, you need to know a lot of technique. So you need to speak the language of film. Hitchcock was an artist himself. He used to do his own storyboard and then passing over to another artist to clean the pictures, to do it in a better style so that everybody could understand, because he would do very rough. And, but he was a production designer. Probably he started up as a production designer. And he used to say that for him, the big fun was to prepare the film, to do the storyboards, to design, to find a location, to work with actors. To shoot the film for him was just a job. So that would tell probably a lot of artists that it's fun to actually work with films in this stage. The crisis come after, and many times I sit with a director, we create on the board a great scene, very complicated, and then we look at each other, and maybe I say just as a joke, well, now it's your turn to do this. You know, it's like, okay, have fun then, you know, and maybe the director would just say, how am I going to do this? But, you know, but it's there now, it's on paper, so there is a way to do it. You'll find out.